Bow, 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 en vivo con ustedes en la controversia, with the controversy. Tony Bucks the Mo, so you already know what it is, ya se la saben qué es lo que es. Espero que entre gente que quiera debatir, ojalá. Porque el sábado fue puro rajón, puro rajón. Y la parte de un cubano. So hopefully we get some people that want to debate. I'm saying. With the hot topic. That is, a lot of people were crying about non-existent blows. But we'll see. We'll see if the people want to talk about it. We'll see if the people want to talk about it, man, because all I'm seeing is some crybabies, some sore losers. That's all it is, sore losers. Sore losers. But it is what it is, man. You gotta take your licks and keep moving. So, whoa. So hopefully some Cubans cry back because those are the ones crying. The Cubans are the ones crying. Some are, some are not. What you think? All I know, el Tren quit. That's all I know. And you gotta tell me different. I'm saying you gotta tell me different. So, cause from what I seen, a quitter. And we've had former champions quit. It ain't no thing. Saludos, Sebastián. Shout out to you, man. Saludos, viejones. Nos está mirando, pero estamos hablando que aquí se rajó el cubano y así era. So, y como digo, no es el primero y ni el último que se raje, que fue campeón mundial. So. Pero pues así es el boxeo. Nomás lo que pasa es que como no hay tantos campeones cubanos, pues así pasa. Y como no tienen más boxeadores de qué hablar, pues duele que siga pues progresando en su carrera profesional. La realidad. and it was just starting to heat up too though. The the sixth round we're barely ending the first half of the fight, and then Robeisy quits. Like, what is that? What is that, my guy? But I want to know what y'all thought. Of course, Marvin Martinez. It would have been better. That's what I was hoping for, you know? If Divino got the knockout, but I mean, what are you gonna do if homeboy quit, you know? If he quit, imagine he didn't want to be embarrassed. He's like, nah, you know, I'd rather throw in the towel, call it off, turn my back, and not continue. Like, I don't want to be embarrassed, laid out, you know. So I'd rather just quit. And like I said, he's not the first nor the last. Saludos, saludos, Jose Manuel. Ronaldo all day, man. Yeah, Robeisy is just, you know, he's just too much talking, not too much punching. Papucho, what up, what up? Pero aquí hablando del Rajon de Robeisy, según iba a ir el sábado a tratar de hacer una buena pelea y derrotar al Divino y no. Esponoza is not a dirty fighter, bro. Thing is, look, just like the Fundora, I haven't really seen no one say this. Just like Fundora with his side at the 154 division, Divino's the same at 126. The thing is, when you have a short ass fighter that's like 5'3", Robeisy compared to a 6'1" giant of Divino, it gets complicated. You know what I'm saying? Tienes que encontrar la manera de ganar, pero Robeisy no lo hizo. Gracias, viejón, gracias por suscribirse. Sorry, viejos, es que la neta, pues le tiro Spanglish porque hay eh, que habla por español y hay gente de inglés o de los dos. Gracias, viejones, gracias. Se les agradece. Mira, y yo la verdad le doy 2 rounds a Robeisy, el uno y el segundo y lo demás al Divino, porque no se diga, le quebró el hueso del ojo con un uppercut y una derecha recta. So, obvio que no soy árbitro, pero le quebraron el hueso del ojo con puros puños. Y se rajó el Robeisy. Se rajó. Loco, si lo hubiera quebrado el ojo con el codo, al momento que le hubiera pegado con el codo, hubiera reaccionado y no lo hizo. So, come on now. Eso no tiene lógica. Sí, le llamó la atención, pero porque Divino como con su reach de, de mano pelea adentro, hacia adentro. Entonces, pues imagínate así de cercas y tirando a, al casco, pues es lo que viene con el boxeo, viejón. ver, pero que digas que le tiró con los codos, pues incorrecto, porque no manches. Igual miramos la primera pelea. Divino lo barrió. So, miss me con eso, viejo. Lo barrió y en la segunda lo hizo que se rajara. Un campeón no es para rajarse, la neta. So, esa es mi opinión. Tú puedes tener la tuya. Yo no soy árbitro, pero es lo que es. No, no creo. Yo la verdad en estas peleas no creo que se vendan. Ah, pero simplemente Divino fue mejor que Robeisy y siempre lo será. So, es lo que es. ¿Qué hubo, viejones? ¿Qué hubo? El Divino empezó a subir el ritmo del cuarto, no se diga al sexto. We talking about the fight, bro. The Robeisy, el Tren Ramirez versus rematch versus Divino Esponoza. I don't know if you caught it or not, but if you didn't, then this is the wrong life for you, bro. Because that's what we're talking about. Pero el Divino le quebró la cara a Robeisy en el sexto. O hasta antes, quién sabe, pero yo vi que le conectó bastante bien en el sexto o por ahí en el quinto. Entonces, sea como sea, le quebraron la cara al cubano. Y la verdad, pues, yo sabía que iba a pasar eso. Como les dije, pueden ver mi prediction, que iba a pasar eso. Yo dije que igual Divino iba a barrer de nuevo al tren y que Navarrete iba a hacer lo mismo con Valdés y eso fue lo que pasó, pero si ves box, tú sabías que eso iba a pasar. Y la verdad, va a estar difícil que sigan apoyando al tren así de Rajon, la verdad. Robeisy should just stay home. He should have acted like Ugas versus Spence. Yeah, Ugas got beat up versus Spence. But obviously Robeisy for being the little legend he is, he didn't have it, bro. Like he didn't have it. He doesn't have the heart Ugas does. And I know what I'm talking about. I've been hit in the face and the nose and everything. So, like, I'm not just talking to talk. Yes, sir. Hell yeah, we're looking forward to the Benavides. Benavides is gonna stomp the other Cuban Morel for sure. And Ryan Garcia, man, that guy's crazy, but I mean, he beat. You seen what he did with Haney, with Levin Laney. You know what I'm saying? And let's not talk about what Tank did because that was a disadvantage, and Tank is all about advantages, and Tank is a scary little man. But that's just me. Yes, sir. Benavides all day. Yes, sir. Marvin, you know what it is. You know how we go, man. I'ma always be. I'm there's I'm pro Mexican fighter all the way, but I got other favorite fighters too that ain't just Mexican. But I mean, I'm always gonna support a Mexican fighter over anybody, unless I really don't like the Mexican fighter. Then it is what it is. But man, come on, we got some of the baddest fighters right now in the higher weight divisions. So they doing some boss moves right now. The the Mexican American fighters, the Mexican fighters. Man, Jake Paul. Oh snap, bro. He would get KO'd in the first round, bro. At least versus a Canelo. But hey, of course I want to see that. He thinks he's too slick. Really trying to box with the real fighter like Canelo, bro. Nah. But I want to see it. I want to see him get his face broken too. A la Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, even we already seen what happened. Marvin Martinez. We already seen when Jake fought a real cruiserweight in Tommy Fury, Tyson Fury's little brother. He got beat up, and that dude's not even champion. Imagine what Zurdo would do to him. Zurdo's Zurdo's a tall fighter, heavier fighter. He'll do damage on Jake Paul like nah. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I'm all for it all day. But of course, Jake wants. He's trying to pick on the smaller Canelo. But I mean, hey, if you think that's what you think you're gonna do, go ahead. Jake, yeah, that's why he only fights who he fights, bro. Grandpas, retired as former UFC champs. Which I mean, I give him props for that, cause to beat a former champion in anything, especially in the UFC, I mean, you gotta get props, cause I mean, the dude just started boxing and he beat these former champions up. Hey, you gotta give him props for that. But they're not boxers though. They're not all boxers. So what about Abdullah Mason? I've seen his name come up on a lot of channels, but nah, I don't really know who he is. I haven't watched no fights. If I keep it a buck with you, I've just been seeing that he has some hype around him, but that's about it. But no matter what, we're gonna be getting talented fighters up and coming. There's still some badass fighters in the amateur system, I'm sure, or just regular fighters that are unknown until they get that shot. That's when they're gonna break through. So it just takes that one call when they get for like a fight that gets postponed, and they go in with a fighter that has hype, and then they derail that, then they become known like a People Cruz. He was a last minute opponent for Tang. Then he went all 12 with Tang, and then became a star, and then became a champion. So that's how fighters break out and become popular, and then they get they shot at the big leagues. Either they miss or become champs, and that changes their life. So it just I'm pretty sure there's a lot of boxers waiting to break through. So and uh and constantly there's new fighters coming out. Currently, Benavides and Mason are the only boxers that I'm interested in watching. That's cool, bro. I have a whole lot. Even though there's a whole bunch of boxes, like sometimes I catch all the fights, sometimes I don't. Like there's pretty much boxing every 20 days, all around the world. But I mean, I just be sometimes I miss big fights. Sometimes I ain't got ish to do, and I be watching them all. Like, but they really gotta be interesting. Like the one I wanted to see that was being hyped like heavy last weekend um was that cat's name? Boots Ennis versus Virgil, and that fell through. So that's a fight that I've been hearing about for years, and it fell through. So those are the type of fights that I like to see. A fight that I don't know who's gonna win. Those are the fights that I like. But yes, sir. You got like I said. Obviously, I know Benavides, but Mason I don't really know too much of, but pretty sure he's gonna get it cracking too. John Jones versus what? Hey, John Jones is crazy, bro. You know what I mean? But one of my favorite fighters, also. You know what I'm saying? In the UFC that I watched too many of his fights, and regardless what goes on outside the ring with John, like I still rock with him. Like I don't really care what. I mean, I do care that he shouldn't be like hitting women for sure. Nobody. I don't really rock with that, but I mean, what can I do about that? You feel me? Like these guys are fighters, bro. What about Beater Beef? I watched his last fight and his age catching up to him. Man, tell you the truth, I haven't watched too many Beater Beef fights, but I've watched like highlights of a lot of his fights, and he's cool. He got power. Bivol was scared to exchange, but that's why he lost though. Yeah, Pereira, that dude is, he's a good fighter, a little legend himself, uh, doing his thing in the UFC. And Jones wants to fight him, but I mean, that might be too much for Pereira. Was was that dude's name? Stylebender knocked him out, so I don't think he can do. I don't think he can hang with Jones at heavyweight. But that's like the only fighter I probably care about in the UFC, John Jones. Yes, sir. Shout out to you too. Hope everything goes well, whatever you're doing too. Shout out to you for stopping by on the channel, and yes, sir. But yeah, the Benavides fight, that's what we're looking forward to as of now. Uh, and uh, and like I said, El Tren Robeisy, an internal Divino son. he better not be talking about no trilogy, cause that ain't it. Not after he quit. Yo, and Loma, I don't know. They're saying that he's gonna retire, but I mean Loma is a badass fighter. Loma's a badass fighter, and I hate how they try to say that certain lame ass channels try to say that Loma dug Tank. Like, bruh, Tank dug Loma for like 5 years. Hey, there is people that feel some type of way about Loma, but you gotta admit that Tank did duck Loma though. Yo, he fought a lot of cats. Devin Haney, Tio, uh, and when he was coming up, you know what I'm saying, from the smaller weights, and he's at disadvantage at 35 really. So I mean, I know Loma actually fights the elite. Like I said, everybody has their opinion on him. He gets hate, but I mean, he actually fights who he should fight. And then since he came in the pro game like late, he should have fought Stevenson. They should have fought, but I don't know what happened there. But the thing is, Loma wasn't, that wasn't his first loss. He had, he had took an L to Orlando Salido. That ain't no knock on Salido, but he should have never lost to Salido. And he did. No matter what you can say about the rehydration, if they didn't put in the contract, hey, you lost. But I mean, now at Loma's age, he's moving smarter. He knows age caught up with him. He can't really, you know what I'm saying, go out there and go out fighters with Tank. And that's what Tank gets, cause now that he's old, he waited him out, and now he feels like he can fight him. Like, bruh, Tio needs Canelo's trainer. That's to be seen, bro. Cause I mean, just cause he goes with Eddie doesn't mean he's gonna transform him. He might be able to, but and I'm sure he will. He'll get better for sure, most def. But we still gotta see, and it's not gonna take one fight. You feel me? It's gonna be a couple fights in where we see the progress of that change. So we just gotta wait on the progress and see how it goes. Cause one fight, they need a couple years to to get the groove of a new trainer or added game to the fighter. I feel like that's what makes the sauce. You know what I'm saying? But of course, he needed like another world class trainer, most def. But you know, we gotta see. But regardless, we need Tio needs to fight sooner, drop that belt. Yeah, I didn't even watch Tio's last fight. If I'm being honest, like, cause I'm like, who is he fighting? they need to fight each other, but I mean, we could ask for the fights, but are they gonna fight who we want, who us fans want these fighters to fight? Man, I don't know. Uh, I've been calling for a lot of fights, but the promotions, the fighters themselves, be not wanting to make certain fights because they're not getting paid what they want, what they feel they should be getting paid. Like Tio has said himself, he's never made a million in a fight. That's crazy because I would have thought he had been made that, but he sells all right. He don't sell that much. Other than boxing, you watch football. Nah, no lie, I don't really watch no other sport. Josh Taylor was a good fight, but I think a lot of people don't want to fight Tio. Yeah, that Josh Taylor fight, that was a good win for Tio. But then Josh Taylor lost again, so it like took away. So it's like good thing Tio got him first. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, of course, Tio's a hard fight. Tio's a hard fight because the dude's crazy athletic, crazy twitch, muscle reflex, like physically gifted. Like Tio has a lot of pros to his game, and a lot of fighters is like, nah, like I don't wanna risk it going up against Tio. But hey, Tio says that he's willing to go up these divisions and face these fighters. They just don't want to fight him. So I mean, he calls out a lot of fighters, and he actually wants to fight them. They say they want to fight each other, but who really knows? We're not. At least I'm not in the behind the scenes to know what's going on. Who like who turned what down? Like it's really uh hard to know. So they could say a lot, but for it to be true, who knows? 154 is hard because of the height. I don't know. I wouldn't say that because I mean, look at Canelo. Look at Sean Porter. He didn't fight at 154 in the pros, but in the amateurs, he fought at like 168, and Sean Porter's not that tall. So I feel like it's. But of course, you're at a crazy disadvantage. Like a lot of times, Canelo's at a disadvantage, but he's still knocking these dudes out. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, fighting when I was spar people, you know, I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6", and I've sparred 6-footers, and I mean I don't have no reach. So for a shorter person to fight a person that's 6 foot, I mean it was complicated for me. So it really depends on the fighter. How tough they are, if they're willing to get hit. It's just really a lot of factors to it. But of course, and like I'm saying, Canelo is a short fighter, and he's really knocking out these giants. It's really fun to see. He's knocking out these six 6 foot two dudes out. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. Easy work. So I mean, sometimes if you're that good, like height don't really matter. Of course, it's a disadvantage. Like the Tren versus Divino fight. Then they're gonna say, "Oh, I got elbowed," just because you can't do nothing. Like you're not that talented to have like an advantage that you don't need the height. Some fighters can do it. Some fighters can't. That's just the reality. But of course, that bro, like I'm all about the best fighters fighting the best. What's up, Roulette Master? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see the best fighting the best. I want to see Teo versus Crawford. I want to see Teo versus Tank. Yes, I want to see every champ at 140 face each other. Will we get that? It's a question mark. Like the champions be changing every time, like every fight. So it's really hard. Unification fights is really hard. So of course, a lot of lady fights, but we don't get them. A lot of lit fights, but I thought the Tren versus Divino rematch was gonna be lit, and it was because Divino won. But I thought I was gonna get more action than that. I thought I was gonna get to watch a beating of Robeisy. You know what I'm saying? I thought Divino was gonna give him a beating, and he quit rather. But there's a lot of fights, man. Regardless, there's a lot of good fights to be made, and I'm pretty sure throughout the year. Nah, I think it was close, bro. Other than the knockdown that Robesi got on Divino, Divino won the whole first half of the fight, and I didn't even watch the fight live. I had to go rewatch it a couple times, and that's what I've been doing. I just rewatched it, the highlights. I rewatched the fight, and Divino sealed that, especially with the knockdown at the end. But Robesi almost had him out, almost, but he didn't finish the job. He let the Michoacano get up, and that was that. He shouldn't have let he shouldn't have let Divino get up, and he didn't finish the job. And now El Tren is a quitter, man. He's gonna lose a lot of hands. Exactly. That fight was fire. That fight was fire. And I even wrote off El Divino. I'm like, bro, like he's an unknown Mexican. Like Robesi's gonna do work. And I was wrong. I was watching the lame ass Haney versus Regis fight, and I missed that fight. And I'm like, bro, what did I miss? I was mad at myself that night, but I still went back and seen it, and I'm like, whoa, like this Divino cat is really a talented ass fighter, and his height for that weight class is crazy. It's like not as crazy as Fundora's height, but for 126, damn, it really is. But now, crazy, exactly. 6'1" is crazy. Yeah, for 126, that's wild. And Robeisy is like 5'3", bro. You know what I'm saying? Like 5'6". Sheesh. Almost the same thing to a 6'1" fighter. That's wild. And that's why Robeisy is like, nah, man. Like, I'm gonna throw in the towel. Like, I ain't trying to get bodied like that. And you know what I mean? That's what it almost seems like. It like being 5'3". Like, damn. Like Cuban didn't have a chance. All I know, Mexican boxing is lit right now because we have like with Mexican Americans we have like 14 champions, my boy. So if they added the Mexican Americans to the Mexico champions, we'd be number one over you over USA. So I mean that's really crazy. And the crazy thing is, we have a lot of champs in the higher weight divisions, something that's really rare. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's a lot of haters out there, but hey, all I know, Mexicanos put in work on all these other nationalities, and it's facts, boy, cause they stepping on every nationality, son. They nationality, and we the top dan data. La, we our fighters are representing tough right now. Tough, tough. Yes, sir. Like, our fighters are, what I'm saying, and we fully supporting them. Like, that's like about our fan base, that we actually support our fighters. Win, lose or draw, we don't abandon them like a lot of other fan bases, cause we knows what it is. We know what it is. Like, just cause they lose one fight, don't mean it's over. Cause we know every time a Mexican get in the ring, he gonna go lay it in the line, man. So right now is Liddy for sure, real Liddy, real lit. Zurdo unified cruiserweight champion, crazy. I didn't expect that, but hey, crazy. He up there. We waiting on Dave Benavides to catch a belt at light heavyweight. Canelo got 3 belts, unified 68. There ain't no Mexicans at 60 that I know of, but soon there will be a champion, Mexican champion, Mexican American champion, whatever you want to see. But you know who fizzled out the Puerto Rican at 130 or 35? I forgot his name. Puerto Ricans at 30, at 35. The Puerto Ricans that I know of was that whole Sue Vargas dude. He was trash. You know him. He had hyped. He was signed to TMT, but he didn't do nothing. Then there was other dude. What was his name? He got beat up. What was his name? Blessed Hands or something like that. He was a top ranked fighter. And sheesh, that's all I know. Yeah, my Boricuas, I don't know where they at. They ain't really producing that many champions right now, or even fighters in general, because there's not too many known right now. At least not that I know of. But shout out to them too. Like, we need more Boricua fighters. You know what I'm saying? And more Latin fighters too in general, because it's always the usual suspects: the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, Cubans, We've had a lot of Dominicans as of late. In the last 2 years, we had some champions Dominicans. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm pretty sure there's a couple prospects, but I don't really know too many of them since I haven't really seen any with a lot of hype. I'm not really sure. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, sir. Like, uh, yeah, Boricuas. They need to make more fighters because they do always have great fighters. Right now they in a drought. We have Sander Sayas. Uh, they're hoping he does great things, and he probably will. I see him as a future champ for sure. Um, Berlanga might catch a belt. Might catch a belt when Canelo have many more. He might, but it's gonna be hard for him at light heavyweight if he decides to move up. But those are only Boricuas that I know of right now. Gabe Rosado retired. You know what I'm saying? Brian Costano, yeah, he disappeared. The Argentinian cat, he disappeared after the Charlo fight. Facts, he did disappear. But you know what? He fought. Who did he fight? I think he fought Lara. Yeah, after the Charlo fight, I think he fought Erislandi Lara for at middleweight, and I think he lost. Cause I had seen that fight, and after that I haven't seen him, but yeah, he pretty much disappeared after the Mel Charlo fight. Yeah, catch it. It's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure they fought after the Mel fight. I'm pretty sure it was Castaño versus Erislandi Lara. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that fight, and of course it didn't have no hype because I mean, like, no one really, they're not really big like that, no big name like that, but they fought, and I watched it, but it was like a boring fight. It wasn't nothing crazy. Yeah, check it out. It's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it was them, Lara that fought Costaño, but it didn't really have noise. It didn't have promotion like that. You know what I'm saying? It's because Argentine fighters don't really get that big of a spotlight either. You know what I'm saying? Lara, cause he's been a champ. He's been a champ at 60, so he gets fights. But yeah, man. You know, Maidana's brother didn't make it. Like, he fought for a world title versus, damn, who was it? He lost though. Lara the champ I saw the other day. Yeah, he's still I believe he's still champion. Well, yeah, the one that Erlan Lara beat Danny Garcia, another fighter that quit. Facts, I forgot about Danny. Yeah, Danny should just retire because he ain't having no more. Yeah, Danny Garcia ain't having no more. Like, he's retired, but who am I to say for him to retire? Hey, get that bag, Danny. And I knew Lara was gonna beat Danny too. Sheesh. Yeah, I think Danny's career's over with though. Like, uh, hey, and don't get it twisted though, my boy Marvin. You know, the UK got some solid fighters. Like, what's that dude's name? That Connor dude. He looks to be good. What's his name? I no. Is it Connor? The guy that was gonna fight Eubank Jr. The yeah, I forgot his damn name. But he's Eddie Hearn's guy. Connor. Yeah, I forgot his name right now. And he looks to be a good fighter, but I mean I don't think I like Ben and Chris Jr. Yeah, I think that's his name, Ben. Was good, man. Was good. Was good, Mountain Dew. Hey, man, boy, man. But Ben, is that his name, bro? Ben O'Connor or something like that. I feel like that's a fighter that could beat Danny too, so he should just stay away versus some UK guys. Connor Ben, there you go, bro. Connor Ben, yeah. Yeah, like that dude looks to be like a solid fighter and will be a tough fight for even like Jerome Boots, but they're talking about that he might get Mario Barrios fight, so and that's a lit fight because Barrios is a dog too. Yeah, because Connor Ben, I forgot. Yeah, Barrios versus Boots. Yeah, that's a good fight too. But I mean, a unification. That's what Boots is saying he wants to do. Since he didn't take the Virgil fight. So I don't know. We'll probably get that fight. Barrios versus Boots, maybe if they don't decide not to fight each other because 147 is due to right now. Like Thurman, Crawford. I don't see it. No lie, but Haney, he he's losing to you know what I'm saying. He's losing to good fighters. You know he lost to Ryan. Ryan is still a good fighter to me. I don't care what anybody. Yeah, I don't think that's a good fight for Haney either. And I doubt they face and I'm sure that's a fighter Boots will fight since he doesn't have power. You know what I mean? Haney ain't have no power, so I'm pretty sure Boots will fight him. But let's see if we get some lady fights, man. But a fight that I would want to see though, a fight that I would want to see is Virgil was a fight to make. He's just ducking Haney, time way bully. Yeah, Devin Haney should be fighting at 147, but he does. That's the same reason he wants the advantage. Like a lot of advantage, that's when the fights come out and they get exposed, like Devin Laney. You know what I'm saying? But what made me really start the live, but it was like a lot of news on was obviously the Tren versus Divino. You know what I'm saying? That whole fiasco, controversy. But what I really wanted to make a live on was David Benavidez versus Terrence Crawford. That's really what made me like want to do the live, cause I'm like, yeah, Crawford wants to go to 68 for a fight, but he don't want to go to 68 for a David fight. David Benavidez is not at 68 no more, but I'm sure he's willing to go to 68 for Terrence Crawford. Crawford is like 5'9", I believe, something like that. He could probably be like 5'10". But that's a fight I'm like, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that the little bro get that leg. See if they can run that leg. But obviously Terrence Crawford is really ducking that smoke with Dave Benavidez. Exactly. That's I'm like, man, I've been forgetting to do videos on that because that's something I want to see right there. They say Terrence Crawford is, this and that. All right, let's see him running with David. I bet he won't. Cause yo, I've been saying this, man. Ain't no brothers around these divisions like the brothers that could fight David that are pose a threat was Boo Boo. He got knocked out. Charlo, he don't want that. Jermel Charlo, that is. He don't want that smoke with David. Who else? David knocked out Darrell, uh, Kayron Davis. I mean, the brothers that were making noise, he beat them up. Crawford won't. He can't beat really no fighters at 68. He's tripping thinking that he has a chance with any. Berlanga will beat him up. Hey, Marvin, and that reminds me. That's crazy. Berlanga is trying to fight uh Tank at 150. That's wild as hell. Yeah, David beat up all the brothers, and there ain't really no brothers around these higher divisions, man. So they say that Terrence is this big bad wolf. So run it with David, then that's what I'm trying to see. And then it has a storyline. Uh, yeah, exactly. That's funny as ish, right? But Crawford beat Junior, the older bro, running with the little bro, running with little bro. But of course they're gonna duck that smoke. They've been ducking that smoke. They don't dare talk about that fight, but I'm talking about it because I want to see that. The brothers ain't doing it right now, bro. And it ain't no disrespect, but I'm just keeping it a buck. The 160 champs are in hideout. There ain't none at 68, and there ain't none at light heavy. So a lot of them are getting with they're backing Morel, but David's gonna beat up that Cuban too. I don't really see anybody really beating David at all. I kinda have Canelo the edge for Canelo in that fight, but I mean, will they give us that fight? Psh, who knows? Morel's all talk, yeah, of course, cause he hasn't faced anybody and he has looked like ass in his last fights. But Morel's getting his first pay per view. All right, and he looked like, from what I seen, he was grateful that he's getting a chance to be in a pay per view with David. So hey, respect to him, but he's really gonna lose. Show no mercy, David Benavidez, and I'm sure he won't. He's gonna make an example out of Morel like he did all the other cats. You're just gonna hear bink, 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 pop, 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 combos and combos going at David Morel. I mean, yeah, that's a good fight too for Morel. Jaime Munguia. I see that fight right now. I would give Morel a edge on that, on Munguia fight, or you can have an even fight, as an even fight. I see it as a even fight, or you can give Morel a little bit more of an edge. But Munguia is tough. Like I could definitely see Munguia beating Morel too, cause Munguia is pretty tough. Yes, sir. But yeah, and we also got Munguia. I been forgot about Munguia. We also got Munguia 68. There's a lot of fighters. Diego Pacheco. You know what I mean? Like, we got these Mexican Americans, Mexicanos doing it in these high weight class. Exactly, Munguia, beat rider. He KO'd that vato. Like nine. So, Munguia solid too. He just lost to one of the greats of this generation, Canelo. But so did a lot of other fighters. So I mean, that ain't nothing. Berlanga did too, but I mean, I really didn't think Berlanga had no chance, and he really didn't since he lost every round, but he still survived. So it's like, oh sheesh, all right, he survived. Like damn, I didn't expect that, but he got dropped too. So that just showed the cinnamon really has manos de piedra, be knocking these vatos, heavy vatos down, taller vatos. He knocks them down like nothing, and he still has a granite chin. Yes, sir. Like, but David Benavidez has some competition though. You know what I'm saying? If victorious, which I believe he will be, gets a shot at the undisputed beater beef. All I know that these these Mexican fighters have options. Everybody want to fight the Mexican fighters because they know they're gonna get paid, and it's not that easy to win too. So regardless, Mexican fighters always have good fights. They will always be in good fights because that's what it is. We all know they're gonna go in there to win, and a lot of people want to see them lose. But hey, they gotta they gotta see that Mexican victorious, man. Yes, sir. Like I'm saying, like Mexicans with Mexican Americans is like around 14 champions, my boy. You know, we hold they hold a lot of belts. They hold a lot of belts, and one thing too, like they try to like say, oh, they try to like be the Ecuadorian monster David Benavidez because they don't want to give the Mexican clout. Yo, we know we got the clout in boxing, but they don't want to give us too much shine, so they like try to say the Ecuadorian monster. Like, bro, yeah, we know he's Ecuadorian too, but he reps to be Mexican more so, and he lives in the Southwest where the Mexicans reside. So miss me with that age, boy. Yeah, exactly. If Ryan would have made, which even though they would they would take that belt uh away. Yeah, you know what? Another Mexican American, Benavides. I heard he's half Dominican. All I know is he's for sure Mexicano. That's all I know, bro. You know what I mean? Cause his dad's Mexicano from Guerrero, Mexico. So he came out of a Mexican nutsack. You know what I'm saying? Every other nationality, since David's a bad, bad man, they want to hang on to his popularity and the aura he has of a badass fighter. You feel me? So all I know, he's Mexican and Mexican American, and he reps it fully. So of course he's gonna care about his mom. So yo, I'm half X nationality too, but the vato's really Mexican, dog. You know what I'm saying? And if he really reps for another nationality more than Mexican, then he's really gonna make his fans like yo not really rock with him that way. If he's gonna be like yo I'm other nationality more than Mexican, like, and we all American up in this bitch cause we all in the Americas, boys. So people are weirdos. Exactly. You came out of a Mexican nutsack. What are you, Mexican, my boy? Miss me without all the other thing. You feel me? So of course, like I get it that his mom's is whatever, but so all I know he's Mexican. And there's other goofies saying like, oh, he's he's mixed. So what? If you're born in the Americas, you're American, and if your pops is Mexican, you Mexican too, my boy. So I don't care. I don't care how many generations in you've been living in the USA, or like Roberto Duran, for example, right? He's born in Panama, but what happened there? Came out of a Mexican American nutsack. So what is he? What does he have? Mexican blood. So his pop's Mexican. What are you? Mexicano. Yeah, Duran is lit. Duran is lit, and you know they'll say, "Oh, he's Panamanian." Yeah, no shit. I'm not saying he's not, but he's also Mexican though by his pops. You know, one of the greatest ever. So like I said, you know, it's people really wanna dim the light on like, oh nah, he not full Mexican. Like, bro, his dad's Mexican, so you can miss me with all that he have. No shit, we know he's have, but he's really ripping for the Mexicans, and he lives in the Southwest. Ask him, and he's gonna tell you, man, what culture he identifies with, and he's gonna identify with the Mexican culture and his mom's culture, of course. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but you still can't try to say he not Mexican. Like people be dumb as saying dumb ish for real. The only thing I don't like is certain goofies like this is why I don't like that fighter, bro. I really don't like Shakur Stevenson and Tank too. He got in my nerves cause like they try to diss the Mexican culture by like charro and stuff like that. Like, you know, they really dissing the Mexican culture because they want our money. They want us to pay them. Like, nah, get the hell out of here, boy. Like, like you think like you're gonna talk ish on our fighters and on our culture and try to get our money? Like on his bullshit too. Like that. That's why like if he would get knocked out, like I would have a good laugh with it too. Like, cause you can't diss my culture and expect me not like to rock with fully. Like, bro, come on now. I see that little snake shit. Look with the Spanish, that's like kind of complicated. Cause like I don't really trip on that. Like if they don't speak Spanish, cause like Spanish is a Spaniard thing. You feel me? Like we just so happen to not speak like dialecto, you know, dialect from our native Mexicanos from Mexico, because we have a whole lot of tongues, right? I mean, if a fighter or if a Mexican person don't speak Spanish, I'm not really tripping on that, because screw it, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I grew up talking, but I'm not really tripping on it because those are the, you know what I'm saying? Those are the conquistadores language too. So it's like I don't really be tripping on them like that, because like Spaniards, like they like I don't know. It's I'm really conflicted like with them Spaniards, because I ain't no damn Spaniard, but yeah, I speak Castellano, whatever you want to call it. Some little Spaniel, you feel me? Like ain't nothing wrong with it, but like you know, some speak it, some don't. Like I don't really be tripping on it. Like all I know, English wasn't forced upon me, so like I'm cool with talking English. But you know what I'm saying? Like some people, they just be ignorant and like don't be open minded and just be on some whole other thing. You feel me? Oh, thank you, Memoir. The witch doctor speaks those old dialects. Hey, no lie. I wish, like, just cause I haven't really want to learn, but I wish I could like try harder to speak at least like my region dialect. I think that would be lit, pretty lit. And yeah, I know a bunch of people that from Central America, from all throughout Mexico that speak, you know, these old ass dialects, and that's pretty fire. Like I'm always asking them like, yo, how do you say this? How do you say that? And you know, it's really about if you want to learn. But like I said, you know, I don't really be tripping on like how a lot of people be tripping on like, yo, you're not Mexican, you don't speak Spanish. Like, bruh, who cares? You feel me? But that's just me. But I know too, I be different. So, uh, But like I said, I don't be tripping on that whole language language thing. As long as we can understand each other, I'm not the best at neither language, but hey, at least I try. And at least for my audience, my grandma sister speaking in El Salvador, but she hangs out with the voodoo ladies. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause if you really look at it, yeah, you could say like our people really, our people, our indigenous people from the Americas did a whole, their religion was like voodoo type thing. So I mean, I don't be into that, and you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm pretty sure, it has to do a little bit more with voodoo or who knows what, but there is a lot of voodoo in in the Americas for sure. Um, but yeah, that's something crazy. Like I said, I know a lot of people from all Central and Mexico that speak hella dialect, so I think that's pretty fire. But yeah, the original America's language, a bunch of languages really. So, but like I said, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm really conflicted with that. Yo, he don't speak Spanish thing, cause like, hey, well, it's really like a conquistador language. So if they don't talk it, all right, cool. Like I said, English wasn't forced upon me. I just so happened to come to a place that's what the majority speak. It's not the official language, but the majority speak. So why not learn it? And it's a language that's used worldwide, like a neutral language, you could say. So why not? You know what I'm saying? But that's just that. But yeah, I get what you mean though. I got really sidetracked, but yeah, at least Benavides could, he's bilingual, so he can interact with two fan bases, so he does have a better advantage, most def, than a lot of these other fighters that either come from, I'm saying, South America, Mexico, Central America, and only speak either Spanish or someone from like England that only speaks English, right? Like Connor Ben, that vato speaks a little bit of Spanish too, so he was calling out Barrios, in Spanish, so it's like, oh snap, like, okay, that's the first vato that I know of that like called out an opponent in Spanish and him being English. So I'm like, yo, like that's wild, like, all right. And I'm curious to know like when the hell he learned how to, when he got his Spanish game up. But I think that's gonna be it on this live, man. Some people's, we talked about a little bit on the Tren. That's tough. The better be fight next with Benavidez. I see it. I don't really see it that tough, cause how you were saying, Marvin. Age is catching up with Beater Beef, and someone like Bivol that was cautious to go at Beater Beef. Benavidez is not gonna be cautious. He's gonna go at him full force with no respect, and that's how I see Benavidez becoming undisputed. Real talk. But of course, every fight is tough, and and he hits, like a brink truck. So it will be tough, but I'm pretty sure Benavidez will pull it off, man. Because I see Benavidez, as as one of the ones, as one of the ones to make a crazy career for himself, and not just chasing Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure he'll make his own path, and by taking these tough, fast fights, he's gonna make himself a legend for sure. When once it's all said and done, for sure. But yeah, yo, whoever, what I'm saying, if you wanna be in the running to be a moderator for my channel, Marvin, what I'm saying, just keep pulling up to my lives, cause I'm about to start to put moderators. So I'm willing to give the right person some pull. So just be pulling up to these lives, and we'll see where it goes. Yes, sir. Benavidez, I call him the full auto drummer, because the vato just keeps throwing combos nonstop. And, and yet, he's been clipped, but when he was younger, it happens to everybody. If it don't happen to you, then you're not you're not really in it. You know what I'm saying? Because every fighter gets clipped, and it just shows character in a fighter. And ever since he got dropped way back a couple years ago, Benavidez. So I mean, he throws no matter what, and keeps going. So he ain't scared to get hit. But are you gonna get hit with these 6 punch, 10 punch combos from Benavidez? Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, my boy. And then, like I said, whoever I see, be pulling up more. That's who I'll add, cause they be a lot of, sometimes I be making these long lives, and they be some weirdos, and some people, be talking smack, and I need somebody to handle that. So yes, sir. So for sure, j- I don't be, what I'm saying when I'm do lives. I just be making them randomly, but mostly like on the weekend, sometimes during the week. But just be sure to keep an eye out when I'm going live, and pull up, and we'll see. Shit, even Usyk got dropped. It's how you bounce back. Exactly. And Usyk, he was undisputed at cruiserweight, and now he's almost undisputed at heavyweight. So I mean, it doesn't really matter if you get clipped and get dropped. Like, it just really matters how you come back. Like you say, what I'm saying, like, bounce back. Like, if you're pretty much gonna come back stronger, and as long as you don't quit, like, like, we got some quitters, it's all right. And then at the end of the day, we're not in there getting hit, so I don't do it for a living, so I can just say my opinion. That's that. But you know what I'm saying, people are crazy with their opinions, and never even had a sparring match before, or never even been in a fight, and they think they can critique. So you know what I'm saying. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, my boys. Al rato.